Hey guys, Lucas Green here, and I'm back once again to announce, of course, Q&A number 28. That's right, it's finally time for Q&A number 28, as we're now at 2,800 subscribers. We're almost at 2,900, because you've seen the sub count, we're at 2,880. So we just need 20 more, and we'll be at another milestone, which is pretty awesome. This Q&A is a bit late, because it was supposed to come out on the 15th. I had to go back to check when the date was, and I just started recording it on it just turned like the 16th and 40 odd minutes ago. But yeah, let's not waste any time and get through this. We've got 4 questions, 3 from one person, and stop motion movies is 1 question, so there we go. So let's not waste any time and get through this Q&A. And of course, apologise to anyone who didn't get their chance to put their questions in. There's plenty of time to do so in the Q&A when you have the chance. But anyway, let's get through this. And remember, don't worry, there's plenty more Q&As in the future. So if you haven't already, you'll have another chance when we get to the next milestone, which will be 2,900. So, Oliver Productions asks 3 questions, and they're all Power Ranger related. What is my favourite Power Ranger series? Time Force. Always gotta be Time Force. Because it's the most serious, I think, out of all the series. I would say it's my favourite, even better than Power Rangers in Space, which is number 2, if you're wondering, because like how much heart and connection was to the franchise. But Power Rangers Time Force will always be number 1. It does have some goofy moments that are relative to a season, but it does have a lot of mature themes to it that help push it up above. We have, of course, a great villain with Vernon Wells, Frax the Demonic Robot, and you've got yourself a good cast of Rangers, including Wes Collins, the Red Ranger, making his own destiny. Jen Scott's obviously the best Pink Ranger by many fans. One of the best Sixth Rangers with Eric Myers. And then the other 3 are pretty fine, and they're pretty likable too. I say the one dull Ranger is Lucas, which is funny considering he's basically my name, but he's probably the dullest member of the team, but he's pretty okay. I mean, he's not the worst Ranger, because he doesn't do anything bad. And then, of course, you've got Katie there, the strong member of the team, and, of course, you have Trip, the Green Ranger, being the brains of the team. So they all stand out pretty well. Story's pretty well-rounded for time travel. It doesn't have too many plot holes, and it does have when the stakes get higher, you can see good development for the story there. So I think it had, overall, a good, enjoyable ride, and it was probably the most... I think it's what rises it up is how it's taken so seriously compared to other Power Rangers series, which is why it's as high as it is for me. What's my favourite monster/main villain? As for monster, if we're talking about one-off monsters that are created to cause problems, I guess it'll come down to something that I can remember. I want to say Devastation for Power Rangers SPD, but again, there are so many iconic monsters. But I guess I'll say Devastation as a monster from Power Rangers SPD, as he's like the most wanted criminal in the galaxy. So there's a monster for you. Main villain, it comes a toss-up between several villains, because loads of villains are great in Power Rangers. Master Rogue, Rancic, Astronomer, especially when you get Cyborg Astronomer. And, of course, Lord Zed. So there's many great ones. But if I had to pick, I would probably say Astronomer. But maybe that's a bit of nostalgic bias there. But yeah, also Mesogog is a great villain as well. Yeah, because it's hard to say if you got great villains that are easily awesome and you want to choose one. It's hard to choose. So, Astronomer or Mesogog, how about that? Who is my favourite Ranger and why? I've got to say Eric Myers, the Quantum Ranger. Number 2 would be Tommy, the Green Ranger. But I have to always go with Eric Myers. Probably my favorite Ranger. He's got Tech from the Future, which is probably the most powerful Ranger of Time Force. Making him the most powerful Ranger of all time. Pun intended. He's got a great character rival arc. And it's nice to see this, because you normally don't get... Well, you normally get the Sixth Ranger either evil or he's a good guy. For this one, he actually is more of a person, and he has to go through an arc where he has to kind of like a Goku and a Vegeta thing in a way, where you have this rivalry between the 2 Red Rangers, and yes, I do count the Quantum Ranger as a Red Ranger, as they're going clashing for well, not really clashing. Like Wes is always thinking about the mission and above, while Eric is more letting his pride get the better of him, and he wants something to prove. So he does have his own story arc that goes throughout the season. It's probably the best well-handled, but then again, Time Force has so many well-handled character arcs throughout the show, not just with Eric Myers, but also with side characters like Mr. Collins. So there's a lot of good in there. But yeah, I would say my favourite Ranger would have to be Eric Myers, the Quantum Ranger. Stop Motion Movie says, "Hey Lucas Green, there's a new Lego game coming in summer." I knew that. If we're talking about Power Rangers Lost, Power Rangers, if we're talking about Lego Skywalker Saga, yeah, I knew that. If we're not talking about Lego Skywalker Saga, I'm not sure what you're referring to, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it when I get my chance on it. But yeah, that's all the questions. It was a bit of a short Q&A, but we only had 4 questions to take into consideration. Thank you all for watching. I really hope you guys enjoy this Q&A, and I'll see you guys next time for the next Q&A when we get to 2,900 subscribers. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.